Woo! Hi guys, it is super freaking bright today. So this is going to be a really short video, so no real intro, but it is just about, well, for me today it's seed planting day. So sometimes I have to replant, it just depends on what Mother Nature is going to do, but I'm going to start everything in the greenhouse, and hopefully in about a month or so we can plant everything outside in the garden. So, and I'm on lamb watch today because our ewe lamb Sis is showing signs that she might be getting close to having her baby. So, got to keep an eye on her too. So this is our greenhouse, and let's go inside and I'll give you a tour. Oh, speak of the devil. There she is right there. Okay, so now that we're inside, this is a solar gem greenhouse, and it's pretty great. It's fiberglass, and up here we have an automatic roof vent. So this black bar is actually filled with, I believe, wax. So when it heats up, it automatically opens the roof hatch, which is pretty fantastic. I haven't hooked it up quite yet. You just tighten it down because you don't want to have it hooked up during the winter time. And then, of course, we have all of our irrigation stuff here. We have all of our spray tanks that we kept inside during the winter. Of course, our garden hoses and all of the planters. So the solar gem comes with these nice little benches and this planting tub. So today we're going to be planting some wintertime sweet peppers, bush type zucchini, serranos, because my husband likes everything freaking spicy. And my new favorite addition to the garden are these long, thin eggplants. So they're kind of neat. They're long and skinny, so they're kind of fun to cook with. And then we're going to do a bunch of pickling cucumbers, more pickling cucumbers, and then some cherry tomatoes. So we're just going to do those today. We're not going to do a heavy plant, not for a couple more weeks, because sometimes Mother Nature, you little rat, she just headbutted the chair off the deck. You little stinker. Yeah, she's breathing heavy. It's kind of warm today, so it's about 55. So yeah, we're going to get started and I'll show you my process. Okay, so now that the soil's all mixed up, I have this nice little planter. So I want to start small because some of these seeds are a couple years old, so I don't know about the germination rate, how they're going to be. So when they start growing, I can transfer them to a little bit bigger pot. So let me lower you down a little bit. Okay. So again, we're going to do, I call it a soft planting because I just really don't know what the weather's going to do. And our growing season up here, because we're almost 3,000 feet up, our growing season's pretty short. So I like to get everything planted as early as I can. And if we have a hard, a frost, or if we have a really deep freeze, you know, it's not the end of the world because I start them early. So I'll just replant. So, and some of the things like the canning tomatoes, because I do a lot of tomato canning, I unfortunately will buy those from the store because they're just not, I just can't do them in the greenhouse because for one, the greenhouse that I have now is not heated. And for two, since the growing season is so short, I just can't get them grown in time. So that's why I do store buy some things. So, and I got the soil nice and wet, and I'm only going to pack it in just very, very lightly. So each container is going to be a different variety of whatever I want to plant. So, but some of these I've used pretty heavily. So right in here, the cells, the planting cells are a little bit goobered up. So it just makes them a little bit harder to get the seeds out of the container. so now that I have all the cells filled, I want to talk to you a little bit about my soil mix. So over here, we have some very organic alpaca poop. So the alpaca poop and all the organic matter, I'll take a little bit of our compost, which I'll show you in a minute, and I'll make like it's called a compost tea. So you just put everything in a bucket and then get the liquid, soak it in like the hot sunlight for a while, get the liquid from it, and then use that to pour over your plants. So that not only fertilizes them, but it also, from what I've heard, and I haven't really tried it yet, can deter bugs. So, and that's never a bad thing, but the alpaca poo, really packs a punch. So it's kind of nice that we have our own fertilizer factories. All right, so now I'm going to bring you in a little bit closer here. So I'll show you a couple that I'm going to plant, and let me get my poker. Okay, so we'll do the pickling cucumbers. So we're going to do 6 of the pickling cucumbers. And I'm probably going to do a lot more than that. But again, this is just the soft, what I like to call the soft planting. So, and I do buy a lot of my seeds from Gurney's. So their customer service not only is really, really good, because I love the fact if you ever have to deal with customer service, if they have a good customer service team, then I would rather buy a product from them than somebody that has a sketchy customer service. You know what I mean? So, okay. So I'm just going to drop the seeds in. I'm going to get them down about a ½ an inch or so. Yeah, I don't know, quarter inch to ½ an inch. We'll see. 4, 5, 6. Okay, so this is going to take a while to get all done, but I just want to show you a couple of them really quickly. And let's do the eggplant. So I have all these little hard labels, and they're a hard plastic because I like to reuse my stuff. So, and I always face the labels away from the sun because sometimes the sun likes to sun bleach even the Sharpie markers, the permanent markers. The sun will bleach the permanent marker. So, and when they get big enough, I know what they are anyway, so it's not really a big deal. So here's the eggplant. That's 6. Can't tell. Okay. And these guys are going to go, again, about a quarter inch if I can. And since my hands are a little bit wet, I just dab it on my hand, and they tend to want to stick, so. And the only thing we really do with eggplant, and I want to try pickled eggplant. I haven't done that yet. But it's really great in stir fries, and we're trying to eat healthier, so the eggplant is a nice little change from what we normally do. So, okay, I'm going to do one more, and then I will go out and, well, I'm going to finish the rest of this, and then I'll go out and show you the sweet pepper. Then I'll show you the compost. Okay, so everybody's done. So on the serranos, tomatoes, zucchinis in wintertime, I only did 3 per pack. So, and that's fine. So I did fill everything else up with soil just to maintain, I guess, the moisture content. So if you have one that's dry, then the ones around it might get a little bit drier faster. So I just made sure I filled everything with soil. And this guy, since it's hot, it is warm in here, I'm going to climb possibly on top of the spray tank. And so this guy, all you do is push it all the way. Oh, and it's hot. Okay, sorry folks, I couldn't show that to you, but I had to push up on the lid and then tighten this. So this is adjustable, so I'm just gonna tighten it about to where I think it was last year, because I can kind of see a line. That's probably pretty close. So it's only 55 outside, but as you can see, it already wants to open because it is toasty. So, okay, we are going to leave these guys to set for a little bit, and I'll cover them up at night with one of these guys. So it's like a little mini greenhouse. So I'll take the tags out and lay the tags over the top until they start growing. Okay, this is my super cool rotating compost bin, and we've been composting all year because we do compost pretty much everything in the kitchen. So every couple days I come out and turn it, and it's getting heavy. So I turn it, and then it has these little latches, and there's our compost, folks. And look at all the eggshells. So the eggshells are really, really, really great if you have tomatoes. So calcium is good for the tomatoes. It's good for the soil. So I'm actually going to leave it open because it's pretty wet. So, and it smells like coffee. We put all of our coffee grounds, all of our vegetables, all the eggshells, everything from the kitchen. And you can probably see a little bit. There's some alpaca poo that hasn't quite composted down yet. There's a little bit of horse poo. There's some, the chicken bedding. So any of this brown stuff that you're seeing is chicken bedding. It's just shavings with chicken poo. So this is going to be a super awesome compost for the garden. And then we fed the horses in here this year. So this right here is our garden. We have 3 raised beds, and this is the first year we ever used the apple bin. And so last year it did sink down, it settled, so we have to fill this up with soil. But all the horse manure around the edges is going to be so great for the soil quality. It'll add a lot of organic matter because our soil is really compacted. It's really silty, so we need something to help with drainage, and the horse manure will be great for that. And then all of the hay, the leftover hay down here, we're going to move all that aside and compost that up a little bit, but more or less we're just going to put that in between the rows to keep the moisture in and to keep the weeds from growing. So, and then I'm going to do something that I've never done before, and that is we are going to fire treat the soil. So I did it in the fall. I killed all the leftover weeds, and then we're going to rototill it and let the weeds start growing. And instead of spraying it with Roundup or any weed killer, we're gonna torch it. We're just gonna burn it. We have a weed burner, and we're gonna burn the weeds this year. I've never done that before, and I like to play with fire. So we'll see how that works. So that's pretty much it, folks. So I'll let you know how it's going, and then I'll show you another video of us prepping the garden, getting all that done, because it is spring and it is a beautiful day, and I'm coming down from a few days of having a migraine, so trying to force myself to get some sunshine, and it's working. So there's some more of our little fertilizer makers right there. They do a great job. Until next time, feel free to like and subscribe. I would love it if you would comment below, and you will see me very soon. So I just want to reflect a little bit on just life in general. So with all the craziness happening in the world right now, it's really good to reflect on the good side. So put all the bad media away, put all the sicknesses away out of your head for just a minute, and just reflect on life. Nobody seems to be doing that right now. So life, folks, it's very precious. Hug a loved one. And these guys in the background are getting ready to have their lambs soon. So enjoy life. Take a minute and just reflect on the good.